wanted to mention that you should take the shifter out because it's a lot easier to maneuver the transmission. Kind of like walking around a bar with boner. So 1, 2, 3. Getting close. You see it's not quite there. It's like way over here. So, pretty sure it's a 3.7. Doubt it's a 3.5. Definitely not a 3.9. So yeah, I'm excited I can finally change out this bushing inside, or removing these six bolts. I have a polyurethane mount that I've had for like 3 years. I think it's so good. Well, we'll check that later. This disc is pretty fried. I mean, it still shifts fine, and it doesn't slip, but it's pretty pretty thin. The pressure plate has some scoring marks, very light scoring marks, but mostly it's been overheated, as you can see here. There's thousands of videos of this stuff on the internet, but just to show you how it works, this is a pull type clutch, so you're basically pulling it away, and it goes back, and you release the pedal, pull, and then to remove pressure plate, we just need to remove these clips here, and then we can change out our disc and pressure plate. Dude, so one thing about Mark III Supras is that they attract these big, fat black widows. So I'm glad I get to finally switch out my flywheel to a light flywheel. This thing's heavy as fuck. It's got a little bit of a score mark. Is that a crack? No, that's not a crack. And then it's definitely time to replace these subframe bushings. Not sure when I'm gonna have time to do it, but we'll figure something out. Alright, so we need to remove this C-clip right here. I'm gonna use a pair of snap ring pliers. These are adjustable, two-way adjustable, open or closed. They're from Craftsman. Or I can always use these from Genius. Pew, pew. Okay, so once it's out, slide it out. And I'll show you guys how to remove these clips later. It's just a stack of basic C-clips, same thing. Super easy. Just need patience. Okay, so this whole shaft is pretty dry. It's not easy to move. Kind of moves, but just got dry over time with all the debris in the windows going into the tranny. And then just remember that the rounded board section of the fork. Let me see if I can zoom in. This recess section goes here, facing the slave cylinder, obviously. And then you just slide it right out of place. Like that. So, not the smoothest, but it works. And then, so yeah, I need to make sure you grease these points. And then, it's got 1, 2 of these washers, or spacers. And then this is the, I forgot what it's called, but part of the throwout bearing, the inner piece. Damn, that is horrible. Horrible. Okay, so I'm gonna take off these 4 14mm bolts so I can remove the polyurethane bushing with the trans mount. Set it aside. So when you guys take off the shifter housing, there's this rubber gasket, and then if you see here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6th one dropped into the valley. So we're just gonna try to fish it out. Yay. This video brought to you by SD20.
So yeah, I'm kind of 50-50 on rebuilding this thing because, sorry, this R154, because there's not any play or any noise. It's just kind of dry here on the input shaft, and to be honest, all the gears go in pretty good. I think the problem I was just having is even reverse to first goes in super smooth. The problem I was having was the clutch got too hot and I think stuck to the flywheel, and or the where are those at? It's got these like little bearings inside that make the shifter make that click sound, and I think one of those might be worn down a bit. But overall, it didn't have hardly any debris in the transmission.
But I do need to change this leaky seal right here for the output shaft, and I might as well change the front seal on the input shaft cover. Just in case you guys are wondering how Speedo gear works, plastic gear on one side, check for cracks. There's an engagement clip here. Come on, camera. There's an O-ring here, and then there's a threaded portion for the Speedo cable fitting. But as the engine rotates, the transmission rotates, and it turns this little gear inside. Okay, let's see if I can do this with one hand. Should be reverse right here. Alright, so put everything back. After inspecting, I'm just going to clean this surface, reseal it, and then put this rear cover back on. Today, on the transmission, I'm going to work on installing the Volmax wing. Never taking these off. So yeah, after you remove this brown trim piece right here, carefully, you remove these two 10mm bolts from these two studs. Then you remove this screw right here, the Phillips, like so. And then hidden over here is this rubber dust cap to gain access to this, looks like it's a 12mm bolt. Same thing on this side. Okay, so this part right here may or not be difficult for you. What the fuck? So excuse my neighbor's music, but this wasn't that hard for me because I'm not a car show guy. But if you're a car show guy, you might be freaking out right now. Oh, I got it. That's why I'm not a car show guy. Yeah, don't forget this little rubber piece right here. It's a little rubber gasket.